Hello students, welcome to Harleen Core classes. Today in this video we will be discussing a very important topic of class 10 CBSE, which is polynomial, and this topic weighs around 15 marks in your CBSE examination. So let's start today's video, and after watching today's video you will be able to solve the exercise 2.2 of your NCERT book. So we will also take the questions of exercise 2.2 of your NCERT book, which is at page number 33, you can see, and the chapter name is polynomial, and this is chapter 2 of your NCERT book. So fine. So what is polynomial? Equation, if I write like px is equals to x square plus 4x plus 4. So this is a polynomial of degree 2. This is a polynomial of degree 2. Why degree 2? Because the highest power of the x is 2. So this is a polynomial of degree 2. Why I have written x here? Because this is a polynomial in x. So the polynomial is x square plus 4x plus 4. So this is an example of a polynomial. Now the question that can come in your exam is like, how to find the roots of a polynomial. Or you can say how you can find the zeros of the polynomial. Fine. So in this topic we will be discussing about the method that you can find the zeros of the polynomial, of the given polynomial. So let's start. If the polynomial, let's take this polynomial as an example. Px is equals to x square plus 4x plus 4. So in this polynomial we will be using middle term splitting method. So in this method, you have to think about two terms whose sum will be this term 4 and product will be this term 4. So think about any two numbers of math on adding which we get 4 and on multiplying that we get again 4. So the terms are 2 and 2, because on adding 2 and 2 we get 4 and on multiplying 2 and 2 we get 4. So now we will split this middle term in terms of 2 and 2. So let's write it as x square plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. Fine. Now in next step we will take x common from here and left with x plus 2 in the brackets, and 2 from here and left x plus 2 in the brackets here, and your answer is x plus 2 and x plus 2. And to find the zeros of the polynomial, put x plus 2 is equals to 0 and this x plus 2 also is equals to 0. So from here x is equals to minus 2 and x is equals to minus 2. So both are the same number. So you can write that x is equals to minus 2 is the 0. Okay, of this polynomial. So let's take one other example. Find the zeros of x square plus 7x plus 10. Now this is the polynomial in x, so write it as, first of all you should write it as this way. Now what we will be using? We will be using the method splitting the middle term. Now we will be splitting this middle term so that the sum of the two terms will be what? Yes, 7, and product will be what? Yes, 10. Now think of two terms, on adding which we will get 7 and on multiplying them we will get 10. Yes, the terms are 5 and 2. Terms are 5 and 2. Because on adding 5 and 2 we get 7 and on multiplying 5 and 2 we get 10. Now we will split this 7 in terms of 5 and 2. So write Px is equals to x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 10, and from here what we will take common? We will take x as common, and within brackets we are left with x plus 5, and from here we will take 2 as common and left with x plus 5 in the brackets. And what you will observe in each and every question, these two brackets will always be the same. Fine. So it is x plus 2 and x plus 5. Now to find the 0, put individually both of them equals to 0. So put x plus 2 is equals to 0 and x plus 5 is equals to 0. So from here x is equals to minus 2 and x is equals to minus 5. So you can write minus 2 and minus 5 are the zeros of polynomial. Px. Fine. Now the question that can come in your exam, that can come in your mind is like, why they are known as the zeros of this polynomial? Why they are named as zeros? So if I put minus 2 in this equation, like P of minus 2, if I put x is equals to minus 2 in this, check this. What is the square of minus 2 is 4 minus 14 plus 10. This is 14 minus 14, which is 0. Fine. So that is why minus 2 is known as the zero of this polynomial, because on putting x is equals to minus 2 in this equation, what we are getting? We are getting 0. Let's take the next number, that is minus 5. Again on putting minus 5 in this equation, this is the way you can verify whether your answer is right or wrong. If your answer is wrong, you will not get 0 here. Fine. If your answer is right, you will always get 0 here. So this is the way you can verify your answer. Plus 10. This is 35 minus 35, that equals to 0. So this is the way you can verify also your answer, and this is the way you can calculate the zeros of the given polynomial. This is important type from the CBSE point of view also. Note it down in your notebooks. Next we will take one more example on the same type. Fine. Fine. If the question is like, this is example 3 in your book also. If the question is like, find the zeros of x square minus 3. Fine. You are given find the zeros of x square minus 3. You people remember this property, a square minus b square is equals to a plus b into a minus b. If you people remember this property, okay. Now we will be using this property to solve this question. I will tell you two methods to solve this question. Now this is the first method by using this property. The second method I will discuss right now again. Fine. So this can be written as Px is equals to x square minus root 3 square. 3 can be written as root 3 square. Agree? Fine. Okay. Now this reduced to the form a square minus b square. Now put this a plus b and a minus b. Now for calculating the zeros, what you will do? You will just put both of them equals to 0. So from here you get x is equals to minus root 3 and here you get x is equals to root 3. Fine. So this is the first method. So x is equals to What are the zeros? You write it as -3 and +3 are the zeros of the polynomial x square minus 3. Now the second method that you can use to find the zeros of the polynomial is, if you want to make your notes, just pause the video there and make your notes. Now the second method that you can do is, if px is equals to x square minus 3, now what we will doing, px is equals to x square minus 3 is equals to 0. Now x square is equals to 3, so x is equals to plus minus root 3. That is, x is equals to plus root 3 and minus root 3. Now the answer is same in both the cases. You can use either of the method, but I prefer you to use first method. Note it down in your notebooks. Next I will take other example. One more example on the same questions. So let's take one more example, like the polynomial given is px is equals to 3x square plus 5x minus 2. If you check the previous questions, you will find that there was nothing before x square, but this question has a term before x square, which is 3. Now this question will take a little one more step to solve the question. We will be using the same method, that is middle term splitting. Which I explained. So the sum of the terms should be what? This middle number, which is the coefficient of x, that is 5, and the product of the terms will be, you will multiply this minus 2 by 3, that is minus 6. Now think of two numbers on multiplying which we get minus 6 and on adding which we get 5. Okay. So the terms will be minus 6 and minus 1. Fine. Because 6 minus 1 is 5 and 6 multiplied by minus 1 is minus 6. So the terms are 6 and minus 1. Now the next thing, you will split this 5 in terms of 6 and minus 1 this way. Fine. Hope you are getting the points. Now what you will do? You will take x common from here. Okay, not only x, 3 is also coming common here. 3x, x plus 2. And from here you will get minus 1 common and x plus 2. So 3x minus 1 and x plus 2. Make sure that both of these brackets are always same. Now for finding the zeros, what we will do? We will put this is equals to 0 and x plus 2 is equals to 0. From here you will get 3x is equals to 1 or x is equals to 1 by 3. And here you will get x is equals to minus 2. So the zeros of this polynomial are 1 by 3 and minus 2. And the question can be verified by putting x is equals to 1 by 3 in this polynomial and x is equals to minus 2 in this polynomial. I will show you the whole procedure now. Verification. P of 1 by 3, that is 3 1 by 3 square plus 5 1 by 3 minus 2. Now next will be 3 by, what it will be, 9 plus 5 by 3 minus 2. So we will take 3 as an, now we will take 9 as LCM and it will be 3 plus 15 minus 18. So this will be 3 minus 3 by 9. So that will be 0 by 9, that is 0. Fine. So it is coming as 0. Similarly, you can check for minus 2 also. 3 minus 2 square plus 5 minus 2 minus 2. 3 into 4 is what? Yes, 12 minus 10 minus 2, that is 12 minus 12, that is 0. So your answer will always come to 0 only, and this is the way you can verify your answer. If it is not 0, it means the zeros that you have calculated are wrong. If they are zeros, if it comes 0, then the answer is right. So let's take one more topic for today. So till now, in the next topic, we will be given with the sum of the zeros and the product of the zero, and we have to write the whole polynomial. So what I mean is, suppose there is any polynomial like ax square plus bx plus c. It can be any polynomial. Fine. And the zeros of this polynomial came like alpha and beta. So this is just the arbitrary things I am taking. Alpha and beta are the zeros of the polynomial ax square plus bx plus c. So you people tell me what will be the sum of zeros. It will be simply alpha plus beta. Fine. And what will be the product of zeros? It is simply alpha into beta, right? So in the further questions, we will be given with the sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros, and we have to write the whole polynomial. I will explain you this thing by taking an example. Suppose the question came like, write the polynomial whose sum of zeros is 7 and product of zeros is 2. So this is the question which come in your CBSE exams always for 1 mark. This is the short question. Short question which is coming in CBSE exam, and very easy also. I will tell you how to write the polynomial. So your answer is like polynomial. For writing polynomial, you will do just put one x square here and put a minus sign, and then whatever sum is given, like it is 7, write 7 here, then put x, then whatever product is given, right here 2, and multiply this whole number by an arbitrary number k. So this is your answer. Isn't it simple? So if the sum of zeros is 7 and product of zeros is 2, then for writing the polynomial, what we are doing, we are just first writing x square, then putting a minus sign, then writing the sum of the zero, whatever given to you is 7, then putting x, then plus whatever the product is given to you, which is 2 here in this case, and then multiply this whole polynomial by an arbitrary number k. Fine. K is a real number. K is a real number which is greater than 0. Greater than 0, or it can be which is actually not equals to 0. Fine. So this is important to write that k is not equals to 0. So let's take one more example on this. Write a polynomial whose sum of zeros is, let's suppose it is 3 by 2, and the product of zeros is, let's suppose it is minus 4. Fine. Now what we will write for solution, we will write polynomial px is equals to, yes, what? We will write first x square here, then put a minus sign here, then whatever sum is given, we will write this, then put an x, then whatever product is given, we will write here. If it is minus 4, we will write minus 4. If it is plus 4, we will write plus 4. So whatever product is given, we are just writing it here. And then multiply the whole by k, and write k is not equals to 0. Note it down in your notebooks. So we can generalize this by writing like if sum is equals to x, s and product is p. Make sure that you are writing in your notebooks also. Then polynomial is written as, yes, now you people better understand that how we will write the polynomial. Yes, we will write x square here. Then we will put a plus sign. Sorry, it's a minus, my mistake. It's a minus here. Then s, then x, then plus p and multiply this whole by k, and k can never be equals to 0. So this is the point to remember, and you should write that k is not equals to 0. Most of the students forget to write k is not equals to 0, so they will always get half mark. Okay, so if you are writing it also, then you will get full 1 mark for the question. So if you don't want to lose half mark, you should write k not equals to 0, because if I put k is equals to 0 in this polynomial, then this whole polynomial will become 0, which makes no sense. Fine. So it is better to write k should not be equal to 0. K can be any number, any real number, but it cannot be equals to 0. Let's take one more example on the same topic. Suppose the sum given is, sum of the zeros given is, sum of the zeros is 0 and the product of the zeros is, let's suppose it is root 5. Nothing to worry. If it is a given root, then there is nothing to worry about. You will be doing the same things that I told you. Like for writing the polynomial, you will be doing like k x square, then put a minus sign, then whatever 0 is given, put here, then whatever product is given, just write here. Don't worry. If it is a root, don't worry about it. Fine. So there is no way and nothing matters if you write 0x or not. So you can skip this term and simply write it as this way. And k not equals to 0. Fine. Hope you people better understanding these things. So I am taking one more example now. So let's take a question in this way. If I am given, and we will verify the question also. If I am given a question like 3x square minus x minus 4. This is a polynomial. And you are asked to find the zeros of this polynomial. What we will be doing? Yes, what we will be doing? We will first calculating that the terms whose sum will be minus 1 and product will be what? And product will be minus 4 into 3, that is minus 12. The terms are, yes, think of the terms. The terms are, okay, the terms will be minus 4 and 3, because minus 4 plus 3 makes minus 1 and minus 4 multiplied 3 makes minus 12. So this is just a revision question of the topic. Now we will be splitting the middle term. Fine. Now what we will take common from here? It is x, 3x minus 4, and from here we will take 1 common and left with 3x minus 4 here. And always make sure that both of these brackets are same. Now the next will be x plus 1 into 3x minus 4. For calculating the zeros, put x plus 1 is equals to 0 and 3x minus 4 is equals to 0. From here x is equals to minus 1 and x is equals to 4 by 3. So this is your answer. So what are the zeros of this polynomial? Are minus 1 and 4 by 3 are the zeros of this given polynomial.